Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Premier, back today with another banger. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best shooting center build. We're already at part 2. After gameplay, after further review, there is some changes we are going to be making to the build. NBA 2K25 is just not what I expected when I first loaded up and made the first center build that we dropped, and it's very important I give this update on the build. First things first, we have labbed, the 6'9", 6'8". We've labbed the build at center. We've labbed it as low as 6'7", but 6'8", maximum wingspan, of course, it's a center build. And then for the weight here, it is very important you go 260 pounds. These cap breakers, a lot of people are not understanding. If you do not have the attribute, if you cannot possibly get up to that attribute, it's not gonna work. So I'll explain when we get to the cap breakers, but first things first, we're gonna go ahead and max out the 3-ball. You need a silver shot specialist. Shout out my boy Gerbo Stacks. Shout out my boy Dope. Right now, he is the best popper I have seen in this game. He is chicken cheese, and he is telling me all I need is a 78 3-ball. Now, the bare minimum you can get by with passing is a 65. It's bare minimum. I don't recommend it. The passes can be a bit slow. Lanes are a little hawky this year. I really don't like the pass act being this low. I recommend going with the 75 pass accuracy. It's going to give you silver break starter too. 65 gives you bronze. 75 is going to give you silver. I've talked to my guard. He's going to be running routes. He's calling himself JJ. The way he's running the routes out there, man. We're going to see what he's about. Looking at the rebounding here, the thresholds I'm looking at are either 92 for gold rebound chaser just starting off, then doing a cap breaker on it and getting like it would give me a 97, which at 96 would give me Hall of Fame. Now, I can't remember if it's Superstar 3, Superstar 4. I forget what Superstar it is, but you get a +5 cap breaker. That's about halfway through the rep bar. I'm kind of expecting to get that in like a month, maybe 2, something like that on the game. I'm not expecting to wait that long on it. Now, before we go too much more into the actual attributes on the build, any defense, anything like that, speed is an essential for me. I want maxed out steal. I want an speed. I want an 84 speed. For the strength, I was looking at an 83 here for silver brick wall, gold box out beast. It's like, I don't know, man. Being a shorter center, I feel like you're gonna need to go with the 91 just to be safe. Now, if you look here at box out beast too, if you did a cap breaker on your strength, you would get legend box out beast, which is crazy. And then on top of that, you would get Hall of Fame brick wall at 96. You're gonna get 96 strength with the cap breaker. You unlock it at 95. So the cap breakers are very important if you don't want to end up making like 5 different builds. That's why I'm going ahead and trying to release this video same day I dropped the other one, just to go ahead and get it out there as early as possible. The first one I did, I'm not gonna say I made a mistake because I just thought the block would be more important. But until I see some paint defense out of 2K, I am personally coming down on the block that I had for the first center build. I thought about going with the 85 steal too, just to really try to make something shake with the build. Really try to squeeze some finishing in there, try to squeeze something else in there. But I decided I just can't miss out on Hall of Fame glove, Hall of Fame interceptor on a 6'8". That is too OP. I have to do it. I don't know. I talked to the boys, and the way steals are this year, I feel it could be great in the lanes. Now, for the block, with how paint defense is looking, there is no paint defense. I have the boys, I respect them on the game, and it's like I'm sitting there, I'm hearing, I'm seeing, just feeling there's no paint defense. So until that is addressed, I am going to be making a build with a little lower block. This is the block I started out with, the 93. You can go with the 93 here on the block. There's nothing wrong with it. I just kind of wanted to explain where long-term I'm going to be moving with this build for any loyals listening all the way through. Now, on the vert, I thought about going as low as 74 because that's all you need for the silver high-flying denier. But it's like for the vert, for the boards, I don't know if I can do it. I don't see myself being able to do that. What I wanted to do instead was go ahead and move it elsewhere. I wanted to trying to find a way to crack this build, and I'm telling you, I labbed and labbed and labbed when I got home, and I just could not find a sweet spot of having the block that high, having the vertical, having the strength, having the speed, having the defensive rebounding, having all these, the high steal, being able to pass the ball good, you know, and we haven't even talked about finishing. But as we start to talk about finishing, for me, it's standing dunk. I'm seeing standing dunks are looking mad OP. I feel like standing dunk's going to be a necessity. I at least want bronze rise up on my build. If I could get silver, I would, but it's just so expensive. And I tried to get it. I really did, but it's just so expensive. Because it's like, what am I supposed to get rid of my pass accuracy? Am I supposed to get rid of bronze rise up? Am I supposed to get rid of my strength? You know, make sure you're checking your build like this when you're doing your build. Am I supposed to get rid of silver spot up? Am I supposed to get rid of any type of passing? Can't do that. Trying to find it. Make sure you're trying to find it on your build in case you have any extra attributes like this. It is very important. Can't move down the interior. We need that. The perimeter defense here, this is going to be a necessity. I almost forgot to upgrade it. For the perimeter defense, we're going to need minimum like an 83, 84. A movable enforcer for me is a very important badge. I feel like it's a necessity as a center. The only defense I've seen is being able to kind of get to the spot and wall up a little. You know, and on top of that, sometimes you're still having to jump. It is, I cannot stress enough, like, paint defense does not look good. I really hope it gets a buff. I'm looking here at the offensive rebounding. I wish I could get offensive rebounding. For anyone complaining about offensive rebounding on this build, offensive rebounding is a luxury. Don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it. If your guard is crying about you not getting the offensive board, tell him he shouldn't have missed. It's that simple. It's that simple. My job is offensive rebound. You might, in a competitive game, sometimes people don't miss. You know, like when people figure this game out, people are not going to be missing. Jump shots look really smooth. I don't know. I just, what all I wanted on this build, I had to come off of something, and it wasn't going to be my defensive rebounding. It wasn't going to be my block. It wasn't going to be my steal. It wasn't going to be any of my essentials. For me, offensive rebounding is a luxury. So I was like, you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, I wanted a higher standing dunk. I really did try to get silver here. All you need is the 84 block for the silver high riser. Honestly, you could come off the vert a little if you wanted. I don't want to come off the vert, though. I don't want to go lower than 80. I feel like 80 vert is really like already kind of low. I like an 85. I like a 90 being on a shorter center. So it's like coming down to an 80 is a little bit of a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take for the other stats we're getting on this build. I've ran an 80 in other 2Ks and it's felt fine. It just starts, you'll get cool animations. I remember the Blob build in NBA 2K21 current gen. Shout out my boy Blob, man. I remember the Blob build. It got up. That 90 vert or whatever went crazy. Excuse me. Drink more water. Stay hydrated, chat. It's gonna be a long 2K season. If the game continues to stay in this aura, right now NBA 2K25 has aura. You know, if we're really gonna sit down and talk about it, like, the game feels good, the game looks good. I don't have a lot of complaints. I just really hope paint defense does get addressed, and that's not a complaint. At the beginning of every 2K, there's always gameplay bugs, fixes. They always polish the game, so keep that in mind too when you're making your build. Who knows, a few patches from now, you never know how your build could be. So just try to adjust your build in the moment, how the patch is going, where we're at with the game. Right now, this is a version of this build I really like with the higher agility, but I'm just sitting here looking, shifty shooter. You get pig dodger here at 71. Nothing at 73, 74, or 72. Huh. I don't know. I don't want to go too low on the agility, though, because I feel like that's lateral quickness. I feel like they took out, or I think that could be perimeter defense. I'm not sure. I just know the agility is tied into the perimeter defense. Like, your perimeter defensive badges you can't get unless you have X agility. So that makes me worried to go down here, even though all I need is a 69 for my 84 speed, which I think speed is going to be more what you need on a center, if I understand the gameplay right. But I don't know. I just, with the extra attributes, I really can't get much more. I was like, forget it. We're going to go with the agility there, just to get a few extra points on the agility. I wanted to touch on the vert a little more, maybe go a little higher on the vert, but I decided against that. I don't know. I felt like the vert at 80 is fine compared to an 82. Getting a few extra, you know, going from the 60 to the 72 threshold on the agility could be a little more beneficial here with the build. But as we really look out, get a screenshot, get whatever you need here of the build. This is prime time. This is Dame time. Go in here and once again make sure you don't have any extra attributes just lying around. I'm looking. We could do the 74 agility here. I like it, man. I like it. This is what we're looking at. So we're looking at, it's going to be the official center build. I'm about to juice it. Let's get a name here on the build. Let's get a name, man, on the build. Timmy D. Timmy D. Tim Duncan in the building. Evan Mobley. 3-and-D threat. Mr. Fundamental himself, man. Shout out to the vet, Timmy D. I hope everyone enjoyed the build. Comment down below what you think of the build. Like and subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notices if you haven't already. I will be live on Twitch today, Premier_TV. Y'all make sure to tap in if you want to see this build live. It's your boy Premier, and I'm out, man. Peace.